Hey everyone and welcome back to Tala's cosplay vlog. I'm Tala and I'm just going to show you a little bit of what I have done so far. It's not much compared to the picture I had before, but I'm just slowly altering things. So I have my mask. It is on a foam mannequin head that you use for wigs. I'm not... Okay, so this are obviously my eye holes, but if you're doing this yourself, this is made out of Lycra, and the pattern I made was, well, pretty much sewed from the center of my eye all the way back and down the neck is one seam. There's many ways to make hoods. This is just the way I made it because each fabric is slightly different weight to it, so they'll stretch differently. So yeah, I did that, and then I thought I was done with the mask, and then I decided to redo the eyes, and I got a little overzealous with cutting out the eye holes. That's one thing I would say not do when you're first doing this. Just cut out like a little tiny itty bitty area so you can at least see what you're doing to the mask, and then make your eyes and put them on, and then once you're completely happy with it, then you can cut more space. I decided I didn't like the eyes I made because, well, they were just a little bit small for, you know, a spider-girl costume, I felt. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the upper eyelids a little bit more round, because before I had them quite, like, straight and angled, which she does have, but it's just not what I'm going for. One thing about working with the spider suit costumes is they have many different varieties of the eyes, so if you don't like one, you can easily choose another. Unless you're super picky, and then, like, try not to mix, like, different universes if you're picky like me. I just pick the same universe, it's just different artists' interpretation. I'm just going to give you a few tips for people out there who are starting to make their own costumes. Always, 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 always triple check any sort of measurements or any alterations. If you're making your own pattern for a costume, triple check it. If you go on long periods of breaks, like say you're starting a costume and you have, like, life happens, school happens, whatever's going on, and you have to take a month to or longer break, remeasure everything, make sure you're on the same path as you were before, because, you know, your body changes, especially with females during each time of the month. It will change, so you have to understand the leeway with that, especially if you're making, like, a really skin-tight bodysuit or armor that doesn't really allow flexibility, if you will. That's a little rant. If you're going to get fabric and you find that you don't have enough, really try to get, like, as soon as possible, go back to the shop you got the fabric from and get the same bolt. And even bring a little piece of the fabric that you cut with you. Or just get extra material in that one go, because each fabric will have a different dye to it. Like, they'll be the same color, they'll be, like, it'll be all the same, but each batch of fabric will have a slight just a difference to the fabric. And that drives me crazy if you can't get the exact fabric that you're using. You tell, you can, at least for me, I can tell, and it horribly annoys me. So just beginners, get a little bit more fabric than you need, and that way, you know, you have a little bit more leeway. You can find if you, like myself, made a mistake, you can fix it, hopefully. Sadly, my mistake is not fixed as nicely as I really hoped it would be. What happened was, I've said this in many videos, is that my back piece, because I made the costume in 2 pieces instead of 3, because what you're supposed to do is make 1 front piece and then 2 side pieces, so the arms are sewn here and here, and the side's sewn here, just like the shirt. and then 2 back pieces where the zipper's gonna go. I decided I didn't want to do that for some reason because I didn't want the seam up the blue part of the bottom of the costume. And so I did it in 2 pieces and then cut down where the zipper was supposed to be, and that made it so that I didn't have any turning for the zipper, so it couldn't be an invisible zipper, and so much hassle and so much drama went into that. So what I had to do was panel it. So I had to take 2 extra pieces of fabric, luckily that I had, and sew it to where I cut the zipper area to be. But the fabric I'm using, which is a type of lycra that they've apparently stopped using, or you can only get it in certain areas, is slightly shiny. Like very, very slightly shimmery. And the shine is going horizontally in most of the bodysuit, at least in the red. But I didn't have enough fabric going this way to put it on the bodysuit, so I had to cut it vertically, and what that did is that the shine going this way, vertically, catches the light differently than shine going this way, and it makes it very, very obvious that I had an accident with my costume and had to add fabric. So what I did was I reversed the inset of the fabric, and that way the areas are dull. It's the same color of red, but it's duller. It's not as shiny, and that way it doesn't shine. It's not as obvious, if you could say that, for where I made the mistake. It is, in certain lights you can really tell it's not shiny, but I'm hoping with the adding of my spider symbol and the webbing that it's not going to be as obvious. You see, it's okay to make mistakes. It's how we learn, it's how we grow, and I know it's going to bug me, but once I'm better, it'll be better. I can remake this and it'll be fine. I just really want to get this done to meet Stan Lee. I had my first chance in Toronto, and the costume wasn't ready, and it was heartbreak all over again for this costume. And so I finally am able to see him again at a convention close to where I live, and I'm hoping to get this done. It's in April, so I'm really hoping I can get spidergirl done, and hopefully he'll be like, "Oh, you did a wonderful job," even though it's messed up in the back. Maybe without saying that it's messed up in the back. Anyways, sorry, I ramble. So yeah, for the eyes that I decided I'm remaking, I'm using a black lycra, same sort of material, same kind of shininess, and stretchiness, and then I'm using this, I don't know if you would call this tulle, I don't really know the names of fabrics all too well, but it's the see-through stiff fabric. You can't really, well, maybe you can see that it's see-through enough. So what I'm doing is I'm layering it like so, and then again. And so that right there is going to be the eyes. For sight-wise, it's not the best because if there's any sort of major light hitting this fabric when it's on your face, the white bounces light better than black, and so you pretty much have whiteout, like you can't see anything. But if you shade it, you can see a little bit. For me, it's enough. I have good enough eyesight that I can see like space and areas. I'm not going to run into anything if I actually have to put the mask on, but I'm probably only going to be putting the mask on for pictures and whatnot otherwise, because I don't like my mouth being covered, and like I'm really worried about that like wet spot that some people get, because the condensation from breathing collects and get the little mouth white spot or wet spot. Not a big fan. So I'm probably going to just cut my hair like May Parker and then put the mask on when need be. I'm pretty much done my gloves that I kind of gave you a tutorial on how to make. I'm just gonna put this on. This is quite a fast glove, if you will. Yeah. Obviously the web is not on them yet. And my web shooters aren't painted yet, but once they're done, I'll show you. This is what they look like right now. This is just some sort of, what are they called again? Tube coupling things for plumbing. They're just, like, rubber tube connector things. I think I put the little, like, video on how I kind of made those in the glove tutorial video. And yeah, I have to fix the red on my legs that I added because I had to hand sew that just to get the general shape because it's not big enough to fit on my machine. So I'm just going to redo that, finally put the zipper into my costume again, redo the eyes on the mask, add the webbing, add the spider symbol, paint the web shooters, and I should be good, I think. It's almost there, but it's still so far because I'm super picky. Ugh. I don't know if there's anything you guys want to know right now, because I'm still working on it. But I'm happy to answer any questions if you guys have any. Yeah. I'm probably not going to be uploading a lot of videos till this costume is done and I can feel safe and, like, be finished and have time for this. And I'm also looking for work because I don't know my marks until after the 15th, so I don't know if I'm registered, and if I'm registered I can apply for different jobs than if I'm not registered. Job limbo. Anyways. I say anyways a lot, I think. Ooh. Sorry. So, I hope you like this video, and I'll answer any questions you guys might have. Have a good night, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye guys, have fun costuming.